Hi guys, welcome to This Weird Twin Thing. I'm Tara.
And I'm Natasha.
And we're bringing you into our home, right onto our couch, to talk about the things we talk about in private. Some of these things are entertaining, some might not be, you tell us. But we're on to the next subject of fasting. Have you ever fasted? What do you think about it? You've had experience with fasting, so tell us about that today, Natasha.
So, with fasting, I've done long periods of time where I did 3 days. And then now, for me personally, what I found works for me the best is just skipping a meal a day. So, I don't eat till around 12, 1 every day. So then it actually cleans out all the old food in my body. I digest it all and then I actually get more energy from it. So for me, it helps me be more focused, clear. I could think better. I'm not so tired and groggy.
So I heard somewhere that after you eat, your body rushes all the energy to your stomach to digest the food, which naturally is going to make you not as energized because your body's working on digesting the food you just ate. So it's kind of cool. For us is, as she said, I don't eat breakfast in the mornings because I have more energy. A lot of times I get a coffee, which does curb your appetite. And then I do eat also around 12 to 1. For me, what I've noticed is I've always had a hard time with digesting my food. And there was times where I'd eat dinner and then in the morning would tell my sister, I literally feel like my food hasn't digested from last night. I'm still full from last night. And I was like, this is crazy. So when I stopped eating breakfast in the morning, I realized that I felt clear, clean, and my stomach felt flatter. I didn't feel bloated. And I was like, okay, now I want to eat. And I literally have seen my body transform just from doing that single thing, just not eating breakfast in the morning. Some people do not eating lunch, not eating dinner, really whatever it is, it's just cutting out that one meal a day can really help reboost your metabolism and clean out the food from the day before and or that day.
And with me, I noticed a lot of health benefits because I used to get acne pretty bad. So one of the great things about fasting is it actually helps with inflammation. So for me, when my body wasn't using all the energy to digest, it actually goes to other organs in your body to heal itself. And an interesting thing I found out, when you get sick or the flu, your body naturally makes you not hungry because it wants you to stop eating so it can heal itself from the bacteria or whatever you have. So that's why you get not hungry when you're sick.
Yeah, which is super cool because it really just shows that it proves that by not eating, your body is able to digest, clean up, take away toxins of all the things that are in your body before eating your next meal. So it naturally, when you're sick, makes you not hungry. So that way it could work on fighting that bacteria or fighting that, cold or whatever you do have. So that just proves that by letting your body catch up between the next meal and having that time of fasting, it actually is able to digest things better until you're filling yourself with that next meal. Because if you think about it, if you just keep filling yourself with the next meal and don't really give yourself enough time, now your body's always working on the next thing and it doesn't have time to digest that old food and really get down and break away all the bacteria or toxins in the way it could. So it makes sense. What do you think? A lot of this stuff is just stuff we've learned, tested. I don't want to say any of this stuff is factual and you need to do it. Do your own research, see what works for you. But it is pretty interesting. So there's intermittent fasting, there's 24-hour fasting, there's 48-hour fasting. All these different ones are different ways to do fasting. I think there's even ones where you don't drink water. It's called a dry fast. There's ones where you just have juices. It's a juice fast. So there's so many different ones, but really see which one works for you and if you really feel a difference. And it's pretty cool because once you have the power over your next meal, you start to kind of detach from food a little bit. I really have noticed that when I started fasting, I was wow, I'm not so it's not so important to me anymore about what am I going to eat next. I think at the beginning when you first do it, you're oh my God, I'm hungry. I've been eating breakfast. What am I eating next? But then you start to slowly get used to it and you're just I don't really care. I will have my next meal. I'll eat when I am actually hungry. Maybe not just eat just because it's 12 o'clock and I'm supposed to eat. Like, you start to let your body talk to you. And that's when you're really working in flow with like yourself and your body, and really knowing what your body wants and wants to eat and when it wants to eat. And really allowing yourself, as in your body, not your mind, tell you those things. And I think it's a very freeing experience.
Yeah, because I also learned when I was cutting down my eating that there were times that I would eat. It would be when I'm tired or bored, or when I was watching TV, and I was like, I really don't need to eat right now. I'm just doing it because of like emotional things too. Or if I was like sad, or like different emotions would cause me to eat. So by like controlling my eating more, I almost was able to control even just my life a little bit more. I felt like I had more control over my emotions and everything like that, instead of just trying to numb them or stuff it down with food.
I feel like my life has literally changed when I started fasting. It's like literally the biggest blessing for me. And it was so funny because you told me this, like when I used to, a little background is I used to diet and work out since I was like, I don't even know, 14 or something, 14 or 15. And I was like, I got my LA Fitness membership. I went all the time. I remember I was like coming back home and making a can of tuna and like trying to put nothing really in it and just eating the tuna without bread. And I was just like, Jesus. I look back at myself and I'm like, who was I? Like, I was so depressing, so hard on myself. And I was like, maybe I felt like, I don't know. It's like when you're being that hard on yourself and you're so judgmental of what you're going to eat, then you start to think about what you're eating so much more. And then you start to look at food as like negative. I shouldn't eat that. I should do this. And it becomes so much pressure. And then you don't realize how smart your body is. And the more that you say no to things or say that's bad, the more your body is like, okay, this is bad. I shouldn't do this. And then it's like, it's this whole like inner battle you're then having with yourself that is just release.
So free.
Release it from yourself.
Like the stress.
And when I've started when I started just fasting and cutting out that one meal, I started being like, okay, maybe I'll go till 1 p.m. today. Let's see if I can go to 1 p.m. Maybe I'll go to 12 today. And then I started to be like, now I don't even have to do that anymore because I've gotten used to it, and I really just eat when I'm hungry. And I've just noticed like my health and my body is the best it's ever been. Yeah. I don't have to work out so hard to feel happy with myself. And it's just a really cool experience. And I hope everyone can experience that has problems with like weight or eating or things. It's like such a pain to go through. It sucks. Yeah. I don't want anyone to have to go through that. It's the worst.
Yeah, fasting was the best for me too, because I definitely hated having to restrict like what I ate. I took out like cheese, gluten. I even went as crazy as to do like a fully raw diet. Because I was going psycho. I was like, it must be what I'm eating that's causing acne or like all these health issues. And then as soon as I just fasted, I was like, oh, I can eat cheese every day if I wanted to. I can like eat what I wanted like during that 1 meal a day or 2 meals a day and not feel so guilty. And I would still be able to like work out and have like a nice body and like not.
And exactly why does that happen? Because when now she eats cheese, her body has the time to digest the cheese rather than constantly eating again afterwards and constantly eating all the time. You give yourself that, 12 hours between, your last meal at 8 p.m. and then you don't eat again whenever 12 hours is from then, because I'm very bad at math. And then you eat again and now your body digested that cheese. So that's really what it is. It makes sense. But you should do your own research. You should try out different ones and see which one works for you. Because even though Tasha's a skinny little bitch, I can't say bitch. We don't know for sure if it works for everyone. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
We'll cut out that part.
So let us know what you've tried. Are you on a diet? Is it a lifestyle for you? Have you fasted before? We would love to know your experiences and what you've seen works.
Just feel free to message us. Let us know what you're experiencing. Ask us any questions. Let's connect on this subject. It's a very interesting subject. It's something that is, I think, controversial. Some people are like, that's bad for you. Some people are like, that's good for you. It's a little all over the place. We're not saying it's good or bad. We just want to know what you think.
That's our experience.
So make sure you check into our next episode. We're going to be back next week talking about something very exciting from our couch.